Before the Beatles became a global phenomenon, there was still one big question. Were they ready for the big screen? As the Beatles were rising in stardom, movie offers were already on the table. But the boys were dead set against some sort of cheesy, typical jukebox musical. John commented much later, "We didn't want to make a pop movie." As a teen, John was an enormous Elvis fan, but he remembers being pretty turned off by the cheesy Elvis movies that were being made at the time.
Something's not kosher here.
And he was very aware how a lame movie could tank their perception with teens. United artist-producer Walter Shenson saw the Beatles' on-screen persona as like the modern Marx Brothers. They were witty, fast-paced, physical. UA was also highly motivated to get the Beatles on board for a film because they found out that soundtrack rights had been withheld from the Beatles' recording contract. So UA would own the rights to a soundtrack album, meaning there was huge money to be made. The premise was simple. The boys weren't playing characters, they were just playing themselves. And it was sort of a day in the life. The boys doing the sort of things that they usually do, minus the drinking, swearing, smoking, and sex. A formula that was employed again for another great British pop group, in Spice World. Director Richard Lester understood that the boys were personalities, not actors, so he kept 5 cameras rolling on them all the time, even after they had called cut, to try to capture the magic of the Beatles. And it absolutely worked. A Hard Day's Night was not just a showcase for their music, it was also a showcase for their personalities, their wit, and a moment in time that would define pop culture forever.